Hi everyone, I hope all is well. Today I need to replace the yarn feeder on my Sentro 48. So I thought, well, why don't we do it together? I've ordered the new part. It came about a month ago, to be quite honest. I haven't bothered yet to replace it, but it's getting to the time where I just think I should. I have the new part, so let's just go ahead and do it. As you can see, it's quite worn out here. The new one has no worn out parts at all. Let's get you to the other side and some focus, and there you can see, I hope you can, how worn out it is as opposed to the new one is nice and round in the front. That one is completely worn out. I'll show you more when I've taken it out. When you actually put some yarn in there, you'll see. Let me grab a piece here. Let's put it in there and pull it to the side. You can see it actually is almost, if I put it taut, level with the yarn feeder. So you can see that's quite warm. This machine is exactly 1 year old. So quite a lot of yarn has passed through this machine, so it's time that we replace this little piece here. So let's do that together. Alrighty then, so let's go ahead and open up this machine. So the first thing we need to do is turn it upside down. What I like to do is place the yarn feeder and the two pegs that are sticking out over the side of the table so that the rest of the carriage lies flat. And then we go ahead and loosen all the screws. I just used the screwdriver that came with the device. So let's go ahead and get those all unscrewed. Hopefully editing Plain Twin will speed this part up. So I should start like so. I think that's simple. One second. It's 4. And then for the last one, I just like to hold onto the carriage, because the moment that you remove the last one, everything is going to start falling apart, which we do not want to happen just yet. So there we go. Last screws out. Carefully hold on to everything. Turn it back on its feet. Oh, the one thing that I have forgotten to mention is I have a automatic winder from ZestWrench. So that goes over the top of the machine. So I'm just going to quickly remove that as well. We can see how I do that. Really simple, just screws in with one screw on the side where your winding handle is. As soon as you have that screw loosened, it's quite a long one. Let's put that aside. The unit actually just clips off. It's a fantastic thing. If you haven't seen my video on the ZestWrench, go have a check down in my video links. Cool, now that's off. If you only have your handle on, this one that actually comes with the machine, if that's all you have, you don't have to remove it because it's not in the way. So don't worry about that. Okay, let's lift the lid. It should just pop off. Did I miss a screw? Yes, I did. Sorry, there was just one more screw. And off it goes. Don't want to lose those. I would actually advise, when you remove these little screws, you see they are really small, to keep them all in a little bowl or something so you don't lose them. 2, 4, 6, there should be 7. Great, so now we're ready to remove the lid. It comes off really easy. And just also as a side note, I still have my original counter. This machine is a year old. I've made hundreds of beanies on it, and my counter still works fine. I know lots of people say that the counter doesn't last long. I've not experienced that issue. So that's not a concern of mine. Looking on the inside of the machine, it could perhaps do with a little bit of a clean, but I'm not going to do that today. It's not that serious. What I do want to do is get to the counter, so I don't need to remove the feeder. So I'm not going to do anything else today to my machine. On the inside of the feeder is a screw. There we go. I'm going to just undo that screw. There we go. That screw is undone. Just put that over there. Let's put this down here. There is the old unit. Let me just put the new one next to it so you can see side by side. This one is nice and new. That one is completely worn out on the front there. You can see it's almost made like a V, and on the back where it goes in, it's sort of dug into the bottom. That part's not so bad, but this front part, it's gonna start missing stitches, so it's time for a new one. I have it here. In it is going to go, oops, let's not lose that. So that is where the old one was. Line up the two little holes. It just pops in like so. Hold it with my thumb. It actually came with its own screw. So shall we use the old one, or shall we use the one that came with it? I'm not quite sure. Why don't we use the old one? We'll keep that other one as a spare. So in the screw, into the hole. Make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight. Remember, these things are plastic and they are relatively inexpensively put together. Although, as I say, this unit is a year old and it is still serving me well. So the screw is replaced. The feeder is replaced. There's the new one. So now we just need to put it back on. Let's line up everything nicely. This to the front of the machine. It should just fall in place. No issues at all. And I'm going to turn it upside down. Again, just hold it together with your hands so that it doesn't fall apart. Fortunately, these screws are magnetic, so I just first will put two in. One on that side, one on the front. As soon as they are in and secured, then I can safely put in the rest. I don't have to worry about it falling apart. Everything's nicely aligned. And again, just remember, this is a plastic unit and you are using metal screws. So you don't need to tighten it to be able to survive a trip into space. You just want to hand tighten it so that the screw is attached and the two parts are joined. If you're going to put all your muscle behind it, you're going to strip the screws, and then you're going to have an issue, because if these two parts are not joined together, that's when you get your dropped stitches and your slipped stitches and all kinds of issues. So as best as possible, treat your machine nicely and with care. Okay, everything's together. Now all I need to do is replace my ZestWrench. As I said, if you've got your handle that came with your machine, you do not need to remove it to do this part. I'm just going to put my ZestWrench back on. And then take a very long screw that comes with it, push it through the handle, and getting it tightened. Again, not so hard, you can strip everything inside and it's all this plastic. I just got to stop moving. There we go. Get up to 3 turns. And it is firmly attached to the machine. Here we go. See, on your ZestWrench is actually a knob. I could put this handle on there actually, which I could just still use it manually when I need to, like when you're casting on and casting off. I would not advise you do that automatically, but this suffices to do that. Great stuff. So now we have a new yarn feeder. Everything should go hunky-dory. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope that was useful. And just a quick last minute show. We have our new unit on. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. As I said, I didn't really encounter any troubles yet with my old one, even though that you can see it's completely worn away here. And just from a lot of use, the yarn pulls over it. It's just plastic, it wears away. But I knew at some other point I'm going to start having an issue, because if the yarn doesn't come out at the right angle and height and everything there, it's going to miss the teeth and it's going to start skipping. So it was time for a replacement. And there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that. And just another view of my Sentro 48. As I said, it's just over a year old. It's made hundreds and hundreds of beanies. It's really served me well. The ZestWrench automatic winder that I have for it also works really well. I don't regret purchasing either of these things. I've not had any problems with them. Great. Bye.